It's a little bit different than a service dog. It's not quite as intense, but therapy dogs, they do a lot of good. You know, they work with children, they work with geriatrics, they may go visit a nursing home or hospitals, and you know, there's definitely been some research that's shown that it has a positive effect on the children or the patients.
Here at the Children's Advocacy Center, we are a nonprofit organization, and what we do is we provide services to children and families that either have been a victim of sexual abuse, physical abuse, or any crime where a child is a victim of a felony. We've had him about 2 years. He is a rescue dog. And what he does is basically anytime somebody comes through the door, he hears that bell and he greets them. He also goes in the interviews and basically sits by the child and comforts them. What Jake will do is basically what he's doing right now. He just kind of comforts the child, lays there, they can pet him. We actually had a case 7 or 8 months ago where a child was in here, would not talk to me, would not tell me what happened. We knew that she had been abused. I got up and went into the other room to talk with the team about what was going on. The cameras were still running, and the child got down here and actually told Jake what was happening. So they were able to make a case from her just disclosing their abuse to Jake.
I think the struggle for most of our child victims is that when it's someone they love, they really believe that it's their fault that this person is going to prison, or that, you know, the rest of their family is doing without the presence of that person in their life. And people want to think that when someone's done something really bad to a child, you flip a button and the kids can quit loving them. And that's just not how it works. The love doesn't stop. The desire for it to be a different kind of relationship is incredibly strong. And every kid wants to know what it is to be loved unconditionally. And the kids that come through the center, they are willing to forgive in a heartbeat, you know, for just the hope that someone's going to love them unconditionally.
I think the dogs make them feel more comfortable. And so a lot of times when you're dealing with, particularly with abuse issues and traumatic issues, they may be afraid to tell. And so we've had children that couldn't communicate in the forensic interview to the interviewer, but they could tell their story to Jake. And so that's a big help that they provide for us to make those kids feel more comfortable, because a dog's non-judgmental. They don't judge what you have to say. They don't make you feel bad for what happened. They're just there to listen.
Our executive committee is actually feeling a little bit overwhelmed right now because we're faced with losing 2 pretty major governmental grants, and our board has worked incredibly hard to ensure that we're not an agency that's going to fold if we lose governmental funding. We only have 7 full-time staff, but our team is about 27 strong when you have all the detectives, prosecutors, and everybody working together. But the 7 positions here are 2 full-time therapists, a victim services advocate, a program director, administrative intake coordinator with the families, and myself. So it's kind of where would you cut that we didn't really hurt the kids.
So casual. Unfortunately, the federal government, the state government, are finding other needs, as they want to call it, for this money. There's no greater need than our children, you know. That's the future of our country. If we don't take care of them, we're not taking care of our country now. So there's no politician in the world can justify to me to take money away from a child to put into anything, whether it be a road, whether it be another jail, whatever the case may be. You don't take from the children and keep society moving the way it's supposed to be. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. And I'd like to see this center where, number one, it's going to have to be at least twice as big as it is now. It's going to take money from the state and the federal government going back to where the proper bucket that it needs to go in, instead of somebody's slop bucket over here. And it's going to have to grow. And the center is going to be twice as big as it is. That's space, that's personnel, that's issues that's going to come. And that's where I see it. But I see the positive of it too. I see for the lives that we're giving back to those children, I see that increasing double too, Barry, over the time. Because we are restoring life, we're restoring hope to these children. We're letting them know that they don't have to live this way. They don't have to take that, even if it's from daddy or mama or grandpa or whoever the case may be. That's not what life's about.